Okay, ready to start soon, you guys. Hold on. Not that it matters. Because like we talked about yesterday, the stream is not the center, okay? We're working on stuff. This is just a document tool, okay? You guys starting to get how streaming works? We're not there yet. We're not there where the stream is the center yet, okay? Just hold your horses. I stream because it's a tool for me to help with the stuff that'll create my overall career. Just a second, you guys. I got my coffee. Gotta take my my estrogen, which is always fun. And we're good to go. Don't want to lose any. Okay. It was already absorbed anyway. It's fine. You guys. Good old estrogen. It's great stuff. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Well, we are here and it's another day. It's a stream. We are working on stuff. We are going to be writing stuff. I have no idea what I'm going to be writing. We most likely are just going to be like, I don't know, wasting time. No, I don't think it's a waste of time. Okay, so okay. So today I need to figure out what I am even going to work on. There's a bunch. Oh. Things on my mind at any given time, but pretty much just a giant mess. A giant mess of thoughts, and there isn't any rhyme or reason to it. I don't know how I can possibly gather together in order to form a cohesive idea. This is a main issue I face in my writing, well as in any area of my life, where I need to compile information and present it in some form. Writing is an obvious example. It's information in a way that people usually digest. Which, not just that though, because a part of that is subjective, but a lot of it is also based in some fundamental structure that people will gravitate to depending on whether or not what we write adheres to those rules that govern everything we adjust. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like that's the biggest thing. Is that even though, yeah, people do say art is subjective, like, it's really not. And anybody who thinks otherwise is kind of kidding themselves. Because if you think about everything that you've enjoyed throughout your entire life, like whether it's like comic books or TV shows or books or anything like that, it follows a clear structure. And yeah, there's obviously going to be things that are more artistic, that are more like kind of avant-garde, but you know, those are usually just kind of like for shock value. You generally, and I think if people generally only like appreciate those, you know, because of that, because it has some kind of artistic value. But even then, I feel like a lot of the time people are kind of just doing it because they think they're supposed to. In reality, like, when you listen to anything, there's going to be like a structure, and obviously that structure doesn't have to be rigid. It doesn't have to be defined in a very like concise, this is the way to do it all times. You know, they're just guides. You know, it's like it's descriptive and not prescriptive. So like, if you go and so it's like you can go the total, like, you can go all the way in on either direction. Like, you could say that, like, oh, the rules are the rules and you have to follow them no matter what, and that creates really stinted writing, really like kind of formulaic writing. And if you really look at it, people will complain about mainstream media being really formulaic and too stuck on rules, but if you really look at it, it's really not. Like, there's a lot of there's an ebb and flow, and I think people are just like a little bit envious of other people being able to have success. And so when they see somebody like writing a TV show or something like that, and they don't like, and they think that it's like to copy and paste or whatever, they'll just say that without actually without giving it an honest chance. Like, they pretty much just inject their own opinions into it, and it kind of taints how they view something. I don't know. Yeah. Yes, there's a lot to work through. There's a lot to work through. Because, you know, it's like, this is the kind of stuff, like, I mean, this is the kind of stuff where there's a lot of nuance, because you know, everybody has their own point of view, everybody has their own upbringing. Everybody has their own history of, like, of, you know, things that they've ingested. And I say ingestion because content is basically ingested. Like, you ingest content and then you digest it by thinking about it, and you know, it's something that you consume, and yeah. Yeah, let's get some Jump King, okay? I'm starting to lose focus. All right, we're making progress. Oh, look, I made it. No, I didn't. Okay. Well... Okay. No, you can't jump too high there. Good thing he wears all that armor. Even, it probably still hurts. Jeez. No. Okay. This is what it feels like when I write. Like, this is just straight up, like, one-to-one with, like, my life. Can I even do that? It's a short jump. No, it's like a, I guess like an extended middle jump. Oops, I don't go that way. What am I supposed to do here? Ah! Okay. Nope. Okay. Well, this is the document we made yesterday. This is an ongoing document, and so is this other one, although I am iterating it by date. 2021-09-09 Thursday, THU 1525. One person trash is another treasure. Hey, Berto. Yeah. So yeah, I've been working on trying to build my content creation strategy. I ended my affiliate contract so I could restream, but then again, like, streaming is not important for growth. It's important for a couple things, and I've been researching this for a very long time, over the past 2 years, and listening to Devin Nash multiple times, finally taking his advice, I canceled my affiliate contract, I restreamed, but also, more than that, using my streams as more of a like kind of residual thing, like a background process. But it is low effort and it's very low quality content. It's also very hard for people. It's basically a huge time sink and a waste of time. But like I said, here, I can walk and chew gum at the same time, and I can do what I'm doing right now, which is like work on content during the stream. And so that's the big thing. And so yeah, that means that my stream is not really important right now. So obviously, welcome to my stream though, if you want to hang out while I'm doing all this stuff. But in the end of the day, this is not my main content, unless I'm doing a segment on stream that I'm going to be using for YouTube. Like I said here, I can do my content during the stream, and Ludwig is a good example of this, because he'll do content that he puts up on YouTube, and he's like, like what, 1 million subscribers or whatever. Nice, yeah. Composition is definitely difficult. I'm just kind of free range writing here. I do want to compose articles and stuff eventually, but that's what this mega document is for. And it's formatted, which I could use a word processor, but it's important that it's formatted, because it means if I want to make changes, I have to make other changes, which means that I have to think more carefully about what I'm doing, and I'm keeping it aligned to a kind of a character limit line. And I can use I can make bookmarks, but they're not robust bookmarks. They're not like the same kind of bookmarks that I would use in like LibreOffice, which would allow me to make headers and stuff. But that's more of a final edit tool. Like, this is just a drafting. Like, I'm just basically treating this as a typewriter, and it's for drafts. And then I can, when I want to rewrite and work on things and rework things, I would work on it in LibreOffice. But for stream purposes, we're just drafting. Oh yeah? Yeah, great minds think alike. Good to see you again, though. It's been a while. I hope you've been well. Yeah, what happens basically is I get kind of like lost in the sauce, like I start working on stuff and then I kind of lose focus and I just stop doing it. And streaming is important for me because it's the one thing that I've been able to continually come back to and continue to work on. So if I can I've attempted this before with my writing, but it needs to be intentional. It needs to be intentional. Like, I can't just like write and then stop right. Like, I need to show up and be on stream and talk about it, because otherwise I just kind of have it in the background, and if it's just going to be in the background, I'm going to forget about it. Because when I do things, I treat it like music. When I go into the practice room, I don't just sit in the practice room and wait for inspiration. I go in the practice room when I'm ready to practice. And when I'm not in the practice room, like if I'm not ready to practice, I leave the practice room. And that's when I'm like, hanging out, drinking coffee and talking with friends. You know what I'm talking about. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot more people have been, kind of getting sick and tired of gaming. Even people, you get burned out after a while. But today's a writing day. I'm on my second cup of coffee and it's 4 p.m. Okay, like we're going for it today. Yeah, I've been healthy. I legally changed my name finally. It's been a big deal. Name and gender are now legally changed, but I do have to go through a couple processes with, specifically, the most important one is for insurance, because my referral, I had my 3 approval letters for my surgeries, facial surgery and bottom surgery, and also orchiectomy, which is part of the bottom surgery. The facial feminization and the orchiectomy are approved at UCSF, and I am ready to schedule a consultation for facial surgery, and that's a huge deal for me, and I just have to wait until everything in insurance goes through so I can schedule a consult. And I'm getting really nervous. I have a case manager / mental health facilitator who's basically like a sidekick to my therapist. And, you know, it's not like better or worse. She actually does a lot of things that my therapist can't do. Like, she helps me fill out paperwork and do all the stuff in between my therapy sessions. My therapist is more, you know, to work on myself personally. And also we've been doing stuff for SSI, which sadly we have to have a lawyer try to get me in a hearing, but I have not heard a single word from them in like 2 months or 3 months or even longer. I don't even know. I am freaking out right now. I don't have an income. The person who was giving me money isn't able to give me money anymore, and now I'm running out of money, and I have no idea, because the one way I could make money was causing me a lot of mental health anguish. And it was making me like $300 a week, but it's not worth it if it sacrifices my mental health. And I can't do that. And it just sucks, because like so many people are out there trying to make a living, and I can't even do like some basic work, you know, some basic sex work. Oh yeah, you know, they're the best doctors like on the planet, pretty much. I mean, that's probably debatable, but then you're splitting hairs between like top and top 2, and like this it's gonna be so diminished, like differences at the very top. Like, these are the most skilled surgeons in the frickin', at least in the country, you know, San Francisco. Like, it's like these are the best. Like, and my doctors had worked with them in the past, and a lot of their patients have worked with them with like amazing feedback, amazing results. I'm gonna have amazing results, and obviously the doctor is gonna be very careful about what we do. You know, we're gonna discuss that. We're gonna discuss that. We're gonna discuss that in our consultation, of course. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome. And the thing is like after this, after bottom surgery, there's like nothing else, and it's just like, wow, I'm like pretty much like getting to the end of like all the like goal-oriented parts of my transition. Like, and then it's just like, you know, living my life like a normal human being, which I've been trying to do. I've been living my life for the past 2 years as if I've already finished, or whatever finished means, like I've already lived my life for the past 2 years as if everything's already been gone through. Like, that's kind of how I've been living, in my mindset at least. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I gotta take care of my teeth too. I floss, or at least I try to. I have a water flosser, but it's so easy for me to forget. And but I need to take care of my gums and my teeth. But I try. That's one of the things I need to work on. That's one of the things we're working on with my mental health care team. It's just like, I don't know. It just sucks that like I have this option to make money that I can't do because of dysphoria, and because it's demeaning to me, because sometimes I really like it, and then sometimes I'm just like feel like I'm just forcing myself, and it shouldn't feel like a job, you know. Sex shouldn't feel like a job, right? And then there's all these people out there like doing all sorts of sex work content, and they're making a ton of money, and they it's like I just feel like I'm like so childish that I can't even like put up with something to make money. But I don't know. My therapist says, you know, I shouldn't worry about it, and I'm totally, you know, if I can't handle it, then it's not an option, and I shouldn't feel bad about it because it's my body, my choice. Even though I'm really good at it, fuck. It just sucks, like when you're really good at something that makes you money, and then that's the one thing that you don't want to do for money. Like fuck. Like god damn it. Why do I have to be an artist? What the fuck is wrong with me? How come I got that dice roll? Like how come I have to be a musician, a writer, a streamer? Yeah, I mean, you have to have some way of, I mean, obviously there is no way to just abolish money, but like what we need is like systems in place that protect people so that money isn't this huge axe hanging over your head. That if you don't have it, you basically don't get to live. Because they basically say that, like, if you don't have money, you can't live in a house. You can't get food. You can't do anything. You can't even use a bathroom unless you're a paying customer. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's the bullshit that needs to stop. Money by itself, like, as a concept, is actually pretty okay. Like, it's like, hey, like, I have all this stuff that I made. Do you want it? I need this thing that you have. Can you give that to me? Like, bartering, you know? Like, it's basically bartering. It's a currency that you can use to like represent value for something you've created. But when it comes to a point of capitalism, which is the proletariat being exploited by the bourgeoisie, which is basically, you don't have to read any more theory than that. And freaking leftists on the internet are fucking insane clowns on the internet, okay? And they all argue theory all day. They read like giant books about theory, but literally socialism is just giving the proletariat the means of production. That's all it is. It's basically unionizing workers. That's what Karl Marx and Engels like wanted, because you know, Engels was a factory owner and they were trying to liberate the proletariat. Like that's all it was. And that's literally just like, we already have that, and it's called a union. And it's been like that for like, and then there was Cesar Chavez. Like, no, what I mean is we can't just say abolish money and make it happen. Like, it's not going to work that way. We live in a reality. We live in a society. Yeah, it's definitely flawed. I think the biggest thing is capitalism is what's a problem, and capitalism leads to fascism. Because, you know, in the end of the day, capitalism is basically fascism with extra steps. But then, when you try to attempt communism, it can also end up becoming fascism, which is what people really see. When you say words like communism or socialism, they skip past that and they look at the effect that history has taught us rather than the idea of it. And it's like, it's the same problem. Like, it's just fascism is the problem. It's basically giving people way too much power than they need. Yeah, exactly. But you know, the thing is I know I'm on the right side of history, and that old way, the old ways are being phased out in the long run. And I'd rather be on the right side of history than being somebody who just capitalizes. And that's the problem, is people are just like, well, you know, it's probably not going to change in my lifetime, so I'm just going to take advantage of it while I can. And then it persists the problem because people aren't willing to take themselves out of the equation. And I don't really blame them, but at the same time, like, there's a difference between like opening up a mom and pop store, like, you know, and trying to like just feed your family, and just like using child labor to build iPhones, you know. I've seen it a while back. I probably have to watch it again. I'll have to check it out. Okay. The mines? Bourgeoisie. Okay. Bourgeois. Bourgeoise. Wait, what? Oh, God. I already missed it. G-O-I-S-E. The proselytizing. No, don't worry about it. You're always welcome here. This is a cafe. Yeah, we're basically just hanging out, drinking coffee, among other things. Among us. Are you the imposter? Yeah, I mean, this is a cafe. I like to treat my stream is basically a cafe, and I'm writing and you're talking. Everything's fine. Das Facital. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting article. I really want to write an article about this. It's a huge problem. It's just a huge problem. And the same goes, you know, this is the core problem that actually plagues the trans community as well. Because there's a lot, it's a similar issue. Here, let's do that. Comparisons to the online trans community. Because a lot of the online trans community also like carries around Das Kapital or whatever, or the Communist Manifesto as like a Bible basically. And I'm like, dude, like you're dogmatizing some core like ideology that like you're idolizing all this theory. And you're arguing theory instead of actually focusing on what we need to do for the reality we live in. And just like acting like clowns on the internet, like that basically the left has become like the online left has become like a fascist community. Das Facital, like that's a cool name. I like that. I don't know if that's how I would spell it, but like that's the idea, like Das Facital. That would be a freaking cool article / video. I really kind of want to get that one eventually. That might get some really good views. Yeah, this is basically just about Twitter, but it's just like, it's kind of a big deal though. Because there's a lot of people who, it's just like how, like, it's similar to how people fall down, okay, no. This is a similar issue to how people fall down the rabbit hole of the far right. Young, impressionable people who may be struggling in life will flock to online communities and basically dogmatize some ideology at all costs, regardless of the people involved and the context of the reality we live in. Yeah, it's like the problem is a lot of these people online, like on the far left and on the far right, who are just like acting like clowns, like basically Twitter. The problem is that they have like a rigid belief, and they don't, because you know we live in a society. We live in a world where you can't just have a rigid belief. You have to be able to be flexible and adjust depending on the situation and the context. Oh yeah, Jess Matrix, we're gonna be doing this for a while. We might do a few World of Warcraft streams, but I might end up just playing that off stream, but I don't even know. I haven't even felt like playing it for a few days. I don't know. We're gonna be working on this for a while because I have a lot of stuff to write. But yeah, I basically wanted, I just, you know, the conversation I was having with a friend of mine who was just here. I actually really like this idea because I've been thinking about this for a while. This Das Facital is basically the fascist online left. And it is a big issue, and it particularly affects the online trans community, because a lot of us are in a lot of pain, and we've been treated like shit our whole life. And then you go online and you hear about communism, and you see all these people talking about it, and a lot of those people are in LGBTQ or other situations, or they're in poverty. And I understand that like it's frustrating, especially when you're living in poverty. But like it's important to remember that your experience is not the only experience, and there is a context. And there is a bigger society that we live in, because we live in a society. We live in a society. We live in a society. And it's just like, it really does, like, I feel like it really hurts the trans community. It really hurts the trans community. I know it's not a popular opinion, especially online, and this is kind of the reason why, is because there's this dogmatism. There's this huge dogmatism of socialism and communism, and it's like anything as a dogmatic belief is going to be problematic, no matter what it is. Things are not that simple. Things change, and your context makes a difference. But yeah, I'm just tired of people online acting like clowns. That's basically the main feature of this article that I want to write. And you know, obviously, you can write an article and then make a video. Like the article is you know, obviously making a final version of the article is important, and I can put it on my blog that I can start again. I've written like 1 billion different blogs, but I need to make a new one because all my old ones were in my dead name. But like, and also because now I'm starting to get like a new into a new era of my content creation, and so it's going to be important to start over a new blog. And I can link those articles on Twitter, and then I can also make video versions of those articles to, like, you know, diversify. And also because a lot of people don't read articles, they'll watch a video, and I can link the article into the video for those who want to read the original. And but like the video would be like an expansion. It's not just a one-to-one copy. That's the whole idea. Is like when I make a video, it's if it's based on an article I wrote, then I'm gonna add more information. Like it's gonna provide new value. And I don't, obviously, you know, this is long-term goals. You know, it takes effort, and I should not stop. You know, perfectionism is like perfectionism is like the biggest enemy of creatives. Because if you become a perfectionist, you're never going to be able to do anything. And so you have to basically just throw it out there at some point. Yeah, super unpopular opinion. Probably gonna get canceled, maybe even by you. I don't know. Maybe you already canceled me. I don't want to judge. You know, it's just because. Here's the thing. This is why I took off, and this is why I took off the trans and LGBT and pride flags off of my Twitter profile. It's because when most people see that, they assume that I'm one of these people, which is sad because obviously that's an assumption, but at the same time, that is a perception that people have. And until people can stop acting like seeing us as clowns, I don't want to have anything to do with it. I don't want to have anything to do with people on the online trans community if they're going to be acting like clowns, trying to like just their whole profile, their whole profile is littered with like all caps or bastards, trans flag, pride flag, all like a million different slogans. Like, come on. Like, you're a person. You're not your ideology. You're a human being, and also putting up trans and pride next to those things is kind of a shot. It's kind of a punch in the face to the pride movement, because pride is about fighting back against people who are oppressing us, and all these other things are just getting angry at people. Pride is a very specific, dedicated movement, and I don't know. And it's just the way people act. It's not really like the things they put on their profile, it's the way they act in addition to that. And when you do that, people will just assume that. Oh, hey, chompas. Yeah, I'm not trying to say, see, this is why it's easy to be canceled. If I say something like that, people might jump to things and say like, oh, what are you trying to shit on the pride flag for? I'm like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying on Twitter, especially, if everything on your profile is about some kind of like, if everything is just a slogan, people kind of tune that out. And because they put you in this same category of people who are just clowns. And I'd like to make a full-on essay about it. I say just essays, because that's what they are. Yes, and stories are short short stories. And yeah, I have a lot of opinions that are contrary to a lot of the people in my demographic, at least online. But here's the thing: this is a minority. It's just so loud online because on Twitter, a lot of trans people will gravitate towards it. Because a lot of us are treated like shit our entire life, especially if you come out as trans. And a lot of people out there are in a situation where they're too afraid to even come out in their real life. And so all they have is being able to go online on Twitter, and they gravitate towards other punks. This is what it really is it's just punk culture. Just people who are just angry at society, and they just want to like basically give a middle finger to the man or whatever. And that's bullshit. It's not accomplishing anything. It's just being angry. Being angry is not a personality trait. Like, being angry at the government is not a personality. I'm sorry, but it's unpopular opinion among the trans community. I'm probably gonna get canceled, but you know what? I don't care. I live in reality. And if we're gonna seek equality, we need to learn how to function in society and not just cancel everybody. And I don't know, it's a very unpopular opinion, but I think it's the right opinion. It's the right way to do things. Because we're just people. I'm just a person. I'm just a woman. Me being trans, it shouldn't be seen as some kind of like card that I carry, In fact, I mean, obviously, not to say that you shouldn't be proud. I'm very proud of being trans, and I'm proud of how far I've come and how the trans community has fought back, and the LGBTQ community has fought back. And, that's important to me. Getting our rights, that's important. What's not important is going on Twitter and screaming at everybody and trying to cancel them. Just even people who are on our side. People like Hassan, or people like, even people like, people like shit on like Asmongold because he was like, oh, this day off Twitch thing's not going to do anything. He was speaking the truth. It doesn't mean that that's the whole truth. It's just he was stating a fact. it was a big deal in the sense that people kept talking about it, but it had to be organized. And it wasn't really organized until Asmon called it out, and then Hassan reached out to Wreck-It Raven, and actually I haven't seen it yet. I need to actually watch the stream because I usually watch Hassan's stream. This is one I missed because this is an important one where he actually worked with Wreck-It Raven to make like a document. That's what progress is. That's what activism is. Making actionable plans with clear and concise goals. And this is what I'm working on with my writing, because I have a problem where I'm basically an anarchist when it comes to my writing. This has basically been my whole life. And I'm trying to make it into like, I've been trying to focus on stuff for a very long time. I've been attempting to like create structure out of my writing for many years. Since 2000, well, since forever, really, but I've been writing a lot since 2013. 2013 was when I started writing my novels, and there's one novel that's like the oldest one that I've been working on. Aw. Yeah. Please don't cancel me. Please hear me out. And obviously, I don't want to see. I don't like being just judging people. But the thing is, like, it is a reasonable judgment. Like, anytime I meet a trans person online, there's always this thought, like, is this person gonna be a clown? And if I think that, a literal trans person, then think about how a cisgender person who has barely any access to, might not even know any trans person until they see someone online. Maybe think about that for a second. That if somebody like me, who literally is trans, can see this for what it is, then think about how many more presumptions that a cisgender person who hasn't met many trans people will think. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And we're in this together. It's not just cis versus trans. I'm a person who happens to be trans, just like cisgender people are a person who happens to be cis. And it's like, yeah, but that's this is kind of like an aside. This is a separate article on its own, but I feel like it's actually a part of it, at least in part. So I think this is more of a B, and this is a C. But I thought it's supposed to move. If I move it, it's supposed to move the bookmark. I guess not if you copy paste. What? It's supposed to move it, isn't it? Oh no, only if I. Okay. So if I want to move it, I have to put stuff before it. Otherwise, it just moves the bookmark doesn't move. Okay. So yeah, I mean, these are all points. This is the main point. This is kind of like an aside point that's like a kind of bigger issue, and this is kind of like another side point that's like it could be an entirely different article on its own. Like, this is like bigger picture. So that would be that, these are the 3 points that I can put, I like working in threes, okay? Like in my other document, I do every single thing that I do. Benefits, challenges, solutions. The BCS method. The BCS method, benefits, challenges, and solutions. Instead of pros and cons, because pros and cons implies like kind of a negative feeling. But benefits, challenges, and solutions, challenge doesn't necessarily mean con. And benefits doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing either. So it's like it's just neutral. Benefits, challenges, and solutions. Like, if there's challenges, here's the solutions. Benefits are usually a good thing. But I mean, benefit could be like, oh, it benefits this thing. Well, no, I guess that would fit in challenges. Oh, whatever. Das Facital. Yeah, that might be a really good article. Or it would just get 0 views. Whatever. There's really no way of telling until you publish it. You know, the thing is, the way I basically write, or the way I talk even, is just basically like a really drawn-out game of word association. And that's kind of how I write. I improvise as I write, and since I'm an improviser, I'm a rewriter. Meaning that I'll write something, and I don't have a full picture of what it is, and then that forms, that will give me the tools I need to form an outline, and then I rewrite it with all the tools that I've learned. And that might happen a few times, but every single time the outline becomes more and more concrete. So that's the way I write. The other way is the outliner. The outliner starts with a clear idea, and then works on the writing. So those are the two main schools of those are the two main faction, or like the two main classes of writing. And obviously you have traits from both. You know, it's like an RPG, like World of Warcraft. You pick some talents in one, and sometimes you pick way more in one. So I'm more of an improviser than an outliner, or a rewriter is what you call it, an outliner and a rewriter. So, but everybody is really both. Like, you're not like one or the other. It's like, because when you're a rewriter, you basically write giant outlines. Like, you'll write an entire novel, and that novel, that draft, is an outline. And then you use that information to actually create an outline, or at least bullet points, and then you rewrite. And then each time you do something, it gets better and better. Because when you're first writing, when I'm first drafting, because I'm improvising, that's generally why I call it improviser instead of rewriter, because the whole core concept is that you're basically making it up as you go, but you trust the fact that you've learned all these outline tools from your past writing. So like, you kind of keep, like, what I do is I keep an idea of what I want for that section that I'm writing, for that scene or whatever. I keep it in my mind, and I know what I want out of the scene, but I might not. I might just know a few details. I might know a lot of details, but I just roll with it, and I kind of just free associate. And then after I write it, you know, and I look back later, and I process it, I move forward knowing the information that I learned from that previous segment, like that previous chapter or that previous scene or whatever. And it's effective. It can take a lot longer, and it can also lead to procrastination. So it does have its problems. Because since you have to rewrite more often, it means you have to do more writing. But writing is actually the easiest part of writing. Like, it's just typing out words. Like, the real hard part is the editing and the rewriting. Like, that's the hard part. And outliners have a weakness where it's too structured. They don't really, you know, like, they have an idea of what they want, and they stick to it a little bit more stringently. And the issue for, you know, the solution is to, you know, do a little bit of improvising every now and then. And the solution for the rewriter, for the improviser, is to do structure every now and then, which is why I have a mix between improvising and structure. I mean, improvising and outlining. I hate the other terms people use. They say, like, pantser for improvising. It's like, dude, like, just call it improvising. Jeez. Why are you calling it pantsing? Like, you're pulling someone's pants down. What they really mean is on the seat of your pants, flying by the seat of your pants. But when you say pantser, like, it sounds so fucking dumb, dude. People are dumb. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Says the dumb person. No, we're all dumb, and that's the first step, is realizing that we're all dumb. I'm fucking dumb. But believe that I have got the strength inside. You can fight your way to get to me, but the only way that this will end is in retreat. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break for a second, for a few minutes. I'm gonna lie down. Be right back, you guys. And I'm gonna prove in time that no heart's as strong
strong as mine. No way to pierce my skin. There's no flesh and blood here. So you're gonna have to try to find another way inside. No matter what, I won't back down from you. This concrete heart will drive you down. 'Cause we've
take the red machines, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to. You take the blue machine, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Is the truth. Nothing more.
Okay, yeah, I just had to lie down for a minute. I mean, I still probably need to lie down, but otherwise, I think it's just like the longer I go, like this is kind of a pattern I've noticed, is that like the longer I go, like while waiting, obviously rest is important, but like it's this, the longer I like detach myself away from at least the vicinity of the task, like the harder it is to get back to it. So it's like, that's why I have Jump King here. So it's like, and that's why having a stream helps, right? Like, because when I'm streaming, no, hey Daxism, because when I'm streaming, you came back just in time. I took a quick break. Because when I'm streaming, it kind of forces me to like remember that like I'm doing something. And so that's like while I'm working on my writing, it's good to have like, it's good to have my stream here because I can then like I have what's the word? Accountability. Like I have accountability when I run my stream, because I know that like, hey, like I have my stream running, and it's like it kind of gets me into that like little focus that I can work on my writing and stuff. And also Jump King, Jump King I think is a great game for like doing stuff like this, like particularly. Because basically, like, writing is basically just like playing Jump King. And a lot of things are, like, not just writing, like content creation in general. Huh. Because it's like a lot of the times you're just gonna, like, be jumping around, falling down, backtracking. There you go. Now I have to do a short jump there. No! Jumping around. Yeah, no, back where we started. Jumping. Jumping. No! Okay. Ugh. Bum bum bina bum ba-dum. Bum bum bina bum ba-dum, bina bum ba-dum, bum 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 bina bum ba-dum. Bum 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 ba-dum, bum bum bina bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum. Bina bending. You know, can't believe it. There we go. Yay! We made it to the next part. No, we didn't. Let's at least get back to that part before I get back to, like, kind of writing a little bit more. I just want to get back to that next part. Yeah, no. Jeez. No, too much. Okay. You know. You know, we're gonna be here all day. This game is insanity. Gabrick Tord must have played this game. There we go, we made it. But let me at least get up here, jeez. There we go. Oh, that's a very specific one. Yeah. Well, that's how it goes. Okay. Yeah, so this is something I want to work on. This is basically like a 3-part essay. This one is like going to be introduction to like the overall problem. This is basically kind of like more of an like what is money, and like kind of like that's going to be like what purpose does it serve? How has it been? Why? How has it become a vehicle for toxic capitalism? Potential solutions. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's a very I mean, these are like separate essays. That's a very detailed, that's a very ambitious project. Let's see. Economy and government. And politics. Oops. Slot philosophy. Yeah, a lot of stuff there. Let's just get back to just random thoughts. Random thoughts. No. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, sorry. It's one of these things. I need to take frequent breaks. I'll be right back. And it doesn't matter because the stream is really not important. It's what I'm writing that's important. And so I'm going to use my stream time the way that suits. Going to use my time streaming to benefit this stuff. The stuff I'm writing and working on, rather than the other way around. The stream is always going to be secondary to whatever content I'm creating for other diverse, other mediums. Taking a break. Oh, hey, Patches. Yeah, I'm doing well. Just doing some writing. Taking a bit of a break, having some burritos. Yeah, just having some burritos. Yeah, trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. Cause there's a lot of stuff on my mind, but like putting it into like structure is like the hard part. And you know, like obviously, you know, writing some, you know, notes and drafting, really important, writing outlines. This is going to be a really ambitious essay here. These essays, especially like this one is the one I think I'm going to work on first. This Das Faschital. Play on Das Kapital. An analysis of how the online leftist movement is populated by whiny, entitled clowns who do nothing but argue theory instead of focusing on the core concept of socialism, which is the proletariat seizing the means of production from the bourgeoisie. Like that's the main thesis. And then compare it to the far right. Because it's basically like different sides of the same problem. And this is also comparing it to, you know, how a lot of people, you know, as an aside, like it's a rabbit hole that a lot of the people in the trans community online might fall to. And I'm not saying that I'm not a clown, but I'm not a clown in this particular way. At least I try not to be. I don't really know, like, as like film, series, and comic book review and stuff, and comic book review stuff. That's a little. I mean, that's something I've been doing my whole life, but putting it into an actual like essay, really hard work. In philosophy, you know, just talking about different philosophical concepts. And the thing is videos. I can translate essays into video essays, and so that's a whole separate project. But first I need the essays, and that means I'm diversifying my content. So what I can do is I can write an essay, publish it, wait like a few days or whatever, or a week, however long, and take finished essays and then take a second look at it to put it into video format and expand on it, improve upon it, etc. in video format. Obviously poetry is just poetry. It's not really, I mean, obviously some people really like poetry, but poetry is really for developing my own craft. It's not really for, it's personal. Like poetry is supposed to be used to develop your writing craft. And obviously people do enjoy reading it, but like financially poetry is not very viable, like as a product, but it's very important. Poetry is very important. Novels are usually the main moneymaker for writing fiction. Short stories, short stories and poetry are kind of in the same vein. Like short stories are amazing for developing your craft, just like poetry. But like as far as like making a product that'll sell, novels are really where it's going to be. Same with screenplays. Screenplays are going to be the most financially viable, because screenplays, they translate into so many different more mediums, whereas novels are a very isolated medium. I have a lot of work cut out for me. This is stuff that's been on my mind for like 20 plus years, like, and this is basically what's been coming out. And mostly I just do free writing, which is kind of good, but it's also not, it's not, I need to be doing like these outlining and focused research, which I have a lot of practice with, especially in college. But it's important to diversify, and it's important to not focus, like as a content creator, in this other document I have that's outlining my whole content creation career. This is a giant mega document, which is my personal goals for content creation, and you know, that includes YouTube, like other projects like Oh wait, no, that's yeah, that's all YouTube projects. You know, TikTok, of course. That's more like a, just like a tagline right there. Yeah, TikTok is like a separate entity from YouTube, but it's kind of similar. And of course, like articles, like Twitter posts. Twitter, I usually just improvise on the spot. But at some point, I'd like to actually compose like thoughtful tweets that like aren't really deserving of a full essay, but are very important for me to like compose. And then streams, of course, but streams are like a vehicle. Like right now, I'm using my stream as a vehicle to create content, as like a tool. And at some point, hopefully, I can diversify enough and grow enough to where my stream becomes content. But that's extremely impossible to do. And it's definitely impossible at my viewership, at my CCV, concurrent viewership. But it's important that I already understand this, and I've been trying to work with this better, is that streaming can be an invaluable tool for me, personally, because of the way my brain works. Is that I can use it as an accountability tool. But mostly I'm just taking a break right now. So I just wanted to like kind of catch you up with what's going on. But I will... We'll get back to my break. Okay, I finished those burritos, and I got some coffee. Finished it. My dad's watching Truman Show. He's like freaking out. He's like, "Rah!" People are adding me on the Discord. When I miss. Oops. Like someone said, where's Rebecca? I hope Rebecca's doing okay. Aww. Imagine not knowing Rebecca. Great name activity. Sorry, probably shouldn't be doxing a conversation on Discord. It's not a very good thing to do. Aww. There's a meme of like Braille, and it says "Do not touch." Yeah, no. Anyway. Your internet connection is bad? Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. I got Xfinity, thankfully. $50 a month. And it's like super fast. Well, Mizkif's doing what XQC's been doing, like watching the police videos. That was his stream today. Watching the police videos. He's doing what XQC's was doing. Happens. I mean, it's basically content creation. Everyone just kind of riffs off of each other. It's kind of how it goes. I mean, that's how art has been for forever. Basically, you say something, somebody else like kind of expands on it. Yeah, sorry if I'm not very responsive in these streams. This is more of a personal, like, kind of workshop. Like, I'm working on stuff. Like, stuff that I need to work on. And I feel like, you know, like I said, I need to stop thinking about my stream as content. me to realize I need to focus more on the content that I create that is not on stream. And a lot of that I can work on during a stream. And so it's like what I'm doing right now is basically just collecting a whole bunch of data. And obviously I can work on this stuff off stream too, but it's like streaming gives me the accountability that I need in order to make sure that I at least work on it for a specific amount of time each day. Or at least 5 or 6 days a week. So for now, I'm putting a break on my novels, unless obviously if I get like a huge influx of like, you know, inspiration or whatever for my novels. Basically, let's see here. I got the Scourge, Even Star, Inner Defense, and these are all part of the same world, but you know, it's different points in history of that world. Those are the 3 novels. I like to work in 3s, by the way, if you haven't noticed. But like the essays are really going to be the #1 things that are going to help build my my platform, because these are things that are readily accessible that people ingest on a daily basis, multiple times a day, especially when it comes to really widely talked about topics. A film series and comic book review is probably going to be the #1 thing that people just like of all walks of life will like. This is probably going to create the biggest discovery, is just reviewing film, TV series, and comic book and comic books, well, novels. Stories and comic book review. Yeah, this is gonna be like most important. This is the stuff that, like, you know, I have the most like opinions on, but this is also very divisive, and it's also a lot of people just don't want to talk about politics. And when they mean politics, they literally mean economy, government, and politics. You know, there's 3 different. I like power of 3s. Okay, comedy comes in 3s. I like working in 3s, and especially since like when you say politics, politics is literally like the discussion that people have about the economy and government. Like the disagreements, the different ideas of implementation. That's politics. You know, and also like trying to get reelected and all that kind of stuff. That's politics. Government is like literally like the policies and the philosophy behind them and the law. The economy is like similar, but it's just that's the market. And like how to work a budget really is what it is. So these are things that are like, these are really important to me. Like and it's not because I want them to be important to me, they just are. And it's not like, the thing is, this is kind of what I was talking about here, is a lot of these people who go on Twitter and act like clowns because they're like, anarchy now, fight the man, fight the power. Like those people who just scream all the time and get angry and try to counsel people. I forgot what I was going with that, but oh yeah, a lot of these people will like go out of their way to be a person who likes politics. You know what I mean? Like they arbitrarily, or like they like want to be a person who talks about politics. Like it's just like, I feel like if obviously no one's gonna stop you from doing that. Like what I'm saying is like, I feel like with this kind of stuff, these are just things that you do, and it's kind of an annoyance. It's like, I feel like if you like, it's not something that you should go out of your way to like artificially. I don't know. That's just a weird take. Philosophy. I'm really interested in philosophy. Oh, philosophy. Science and let's do science. Science. medicine and philosophy. There we go. More threes. This one's way more than three, but it doesn't have to be three every time. Science, medicine, and philosophy. And of course, videos. And like I said earlier, I only work on these after I've already written an essay on it. And obviously there are videos that I can make that are kind of more freeform, and I can just make some bullet points and just kind of improvise it. That's always a thing. Okay, so here we go. Video essays. Improvised talks. Oh, improvised discussion. Memes, obviously. Memes are always a thing. Like just jokes and all that kind of stuff. Oh, and it's skits and film skits, etc. Oh, skits, music. And obviously, like, see, the thing about this document, it's important to point out, is that I go deeper and deeper, and I just gradually add to them. Like right here, I basically took these ideas and I expanded it. And like I can go in here and like write even more, and then that becomes a first draft. Clip it, ship it, dip it, twist it, jerk it, suck it. Yeah, I'm being lazy, and I can do that because it's a stream, and streaming, I've basically just been expanding on what I've already been doing, but now I'm trying to focus it. Because what before, like, I would be really energetic on stream because I was trying to perform to make content that I can make for YouTube. But the problem with that is that because I don't have a structure, or at least bullet points over what I'm gonna do, it's kind of a terrible use of my energy to just like, I don't know, improvising is really a thing, but like I really want to take a break from improvising, or not take a break, but kind of focus more on outlining and doing focused bullet point content. Because that's something I really need to work on, and I would like to do that. And so that's what I'm building right now. And right now, that means that my streams, which, by the way, my stream is not even required to be live right now. I could literally just be doing this off stream. But like I said, I like having this medium of streaming, which I'm used to now, where I can show up and I can actually have accountability. I have this whole setup. Having the light on my face actually really sets things like in motion for me. Mentally, and so it's really important that I do this. However, I do get tired, and it's important that I take breaks. So it's just one of those things. Yeah. Meow 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 meow. Meow meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Okay, that's enough of that. How do I count words? Okay, let me Google it. Notepad++, asshole. View summary. Okay, double click on linked lines in the status bar. Oh, there we go. It doesn't tell you the summary of the selected. That sucks. Anyway, break time again. See you when I get back. I wonder if I can look at like the bookmarks, Notepad++, view. Bookmark. Show bookmark lines only? Okay. Yeah, that's cool. In search mark. Control M. No. You know what I could also do? Oh, I can actually add bookmarks. That's cool. Oops. But now, how do I undo that? Oh! Okay, I'll just use anything that uses the dashes as bookmarks. Oh, and there we go. Me. Okay, let's play some Jump King. Let's play. No. Yeah, no. Of course, I fall all the way down first time I come back. It wouldn't be Jump King without that, okay? It just wouldn't. I could, if I set the Z button to it, I could do it in one hand, huh? That would actually be pretty cool. Let's do that. Oh, oh. There we go. Right. Man, I can do it with one hand. That's kind of weird, though. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Okay. You know. You know. Oh God. Jeez. Yeah, no. Stop it. Mortal Kombat. I don't think this is Mortal Kombat. It sounds like it though. There's like, sometimes there's like video game music that like sounds similar. Sometimes I'm just brain dead. It's probably because I've been using my brain. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's not that I'm stupid, it's that I'm not stupid. Does that make any sense? I just feel so brain dead, and it's because I use my brain. If I wasn't using my brain, I wouldn't be feeling brain dead, now would I? Tell that to all the people who sound smart. If people sound smart, it means that they're not using their brain. If people sound like they know what they're talking about, it's probably because they're not using their brain. So when you feel like you're brain dead, it's because you've been using it. Think about that. You know, can't jump that high. No. I didn't do nothing today. I actually wrote a lot of stuff. Even though it doesn't seem like it, I need to remember that. You know, even like a few words of an outline of me, it's still me focusing on a task. And that's actually a really big deal, and I need to remember that things take time. And that it's not about getting it all done in one day. That I can just, as long as I'm thinking about it, and at least doing something to make progress on it, that I'll be able to come back to it and I'll have more than when I started. And eventually, like, that's how you get stuff done. It's not some like, you know, random bout of inspiration. It's it's perspiration. Putting in the work day by day, including breaks, In fact, sometimes breaks are more important than doing the work. Which is why I'm playing Jump King while I'm playing. I suppose I could also play any game while I do this, but Jump King for now. But I do want to play World of Warcraft. I could do that, but not right now. I just like I kind of want to. The whole Jump King analogy with my writing, I think I need to do that for a bit. I could play World of Warcraft off stream. Oh god.
Great for cleaning banisters.
Hey, can I get up there this way?
This is April O'Neil with Channel 6 News. We're here at what should be the site of the Statue of Liberty, but moments ago, minions of the Shredder appeared with unknown
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
along with the entire statue. Police have cordoned off the area and are awaiting.
Oh god. This might be DMCA. It might be DMCA. Because of the lyrics. Which is weird. Not DMCA, but mutable. Might be a thing. Not that it's a big deal. It's just I don't want to. I don't like messing with that. Can I get up there this way? I don't think so. If I can, it's extremely difficult trick shot. That's not the way. That's not the way. That was so close. Okay, now we're back here again. No, we're not. Ah. No. Okay, you know what? You guys, I need to go take a larger break. Need to go stretch, take care of myself, all that good stuff. So I hope you guys take care. We actually got a lot done. We got writing done. We worked on the problem for at least a little bit. I mean, it's been 3 hours. I did take a lot of breaks. So, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope to see you next time. We will play some World of Warcraft streams. I have been just trying to do more work on my writing, and, you know, doing all that kind of stuff. So it's really important that I do that. I do, like, if I'm gonna play a video game, I still prefer to play it on stream because I consider them intrinsically connected, right? Like if I'm playing I don't really play games off stream. And so if I'm gonna play a game, I'm gonna hit that start streaming button. So if I play World of Warcraft, I'm also streaming. Like, that's it's usually how it goes. And now that I'm restreaming, it means that I have at least some like small chance at discovery, but not really likely to happen. I really need the biggest thing for discovery is still always going to be YouTube videos. And so that's why I'm working on my writing, so that I can make some good content that will get me discovered. And then streaming is like a means to an end there. It's not really about the stream, at least at this point in time. Obviously, you know, as things progress in my career, as I grow on YouTube and whatnot, and streaming becomes a more viable medium for like, you know, I don't know, the more people you have on your stream, the more meaningful it is to stream. Like, right now, streaming is actually, like, not important at all. But it is in the sense that it gives me a focus point. Especially, like, seeing the camera and the light and knowing that I'm focusing on what I'm doing. For me, with my brain, with my autistic brain, I need that. Like, I need that. It's been the most valuable thing for me. And anyway, I am going to take a break. I need to get some exercise because I've been sitting nonstop the past few days. I haven't run since Sunday, and so I need to go freaking take care of myself and get rid of this belly fat, okay? You know, I need to move the fat from here up to here, okay? We need to do more of that. Anyway, bye. Bye-bye.